Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zarina binti Cik Saukap and my number matrix is 080273 and I previously studied at Ma'had Tafiz Sains Tanah Merah. My motivation to pursue my study into diploma in law at Linza comes from watching Korean drama when I was younger. At the age of 10 years old, I thought that this career interests me in many ways, from the way they solve cases to the way they give justice to the innocents. It inspired me in many ways, but most importantly, I want to become someone brave and strategic. After completing my diploma, my wish is to continue my studies, dreaming to completing my diploma studies, 2 degree studies, and lastly complete with chambering. Soon, I want to become a family and juvenile lawyer because I find this area of law is meaningful and interesting. I enjoy working with people from different backgrounds and want to help families and children through challenging times. This career allows me to combine my passion for justice with my love for understanding and supporting others. Throughout this semester, I developed many soft skills to develop me to be a better person and a law student. For example, I learned how to solve simple to medium hard cases and I'm getting braver with others and presenting for public.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Dia Irdina binti Ilyas and I previously studied at SMK Tun Sharifah Razia. My matrix number is 080333. My motivation to enter law school comes from a deep interest in justice and a desire to help others through legal knowledge. I have always been fascinated by how the law shapes our society and protects people's rights. After completing my diploma, I plan to further my studies in LLB program. And my career interest is to become a lawyer that deals with divorce, child custody, and so on. And throughout this semester, I developed a deeper understanding of legal concepts and become more confident in group discussions and teamwork activities.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Ain Syafiqah binti Muhammad Hanisham and previously I went to Ma'had Muhammadi Perempuan in Kota Baru, Kelantan. My motivation to enter a law school is I love watching Turada's video. She always appears on my TikTok and currently talk about the current issue happen in Malaysia. I literally love her spirit to develop more knowledge in the field of law. My future plan after diploma is I want to pursue my LLB in Nizam. I am interested in a career as a criminal lawyer. The skills that I gained for this semester is learning on how to complete a written assignment and learning on how to do a poster on a camera, and I can communicate very well in a group discussion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syakir Imam bin Wan Khairul Zamban. So my past educational institution, I learned at Madrasah Modern Terengganu Besut. So the why I am learning law because I'm interested in law and I'm enjoy to solving a problem. Then I want to help people and make a differences in a society. So after diploma, I think I will continue my study at LBB in law. In the law, I interest to learn more about Sharia law because I want to help people regarding to the divorce or something else lah. So this semester I learned to have a better communication with my group member.
Hi everyone and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tijan Tahsina binti Maswari. My matric number is 075865. I used to school at Ma'had Muhammadi Perempuan, Kota Baru, Kelantan, and my motivation to enter law school was I love to read. Since I love reading, I proceed to continuing my law school. My future plan after diploma was probably continuing my LLB while working. My career interest was to be one of the person that works under corporate law. What I gained from this semester is probably how I managed to communicate with my group mates even though we don't know each other. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening everyone. Today, I will be presenting a case study titled The Case of Zarina and Smartstock Syndrome Berhad, which deals with core contract of law, issues such as misrepresentation, lack of free consent, and the validity of exclusion clauses. This case highlights how misleading marketing and vague contract terms can affect consumer rights in digital transaction. Moving on to the issue of the case. This case brings up several important legal issues. First, free consent. Whether Zarina truly consented to the contract, given she was pressured and unable to fully read or understand the terms before payment. Next, misrepresentation. Whether Smartstock misled Zarina through false marketing about the product being AI driven, when in reality it was not. Next, exclusion clause validity. Whether the exclusion clause hidden in a click wrap, which is under the terms and agreement, can effectively shield the company from liability for false advertising. These issues are crucial in determining whether the contract is enforceable and whether Zarina is entitled to remedies.
I will be discussing whether there is free consent from Zarina. According to Section 13 of the Contract Act 1950, a contract is only valid if both parties agree on the same thing in the same way. In Zarina's case, she believed that she was buying an AI-driven inventory management service, but what she actually received was just a basic Excel sheet. This shows that Zarina and Smartstock Sendiri yang Berhad did not have the same understanding of the contract. Zarina was also pressured into purchasing the service without fully understanding the terms and the condition. This pressure combined with the misleading description of the product showed that her consent was not really given unknowingly, since there was a misunderstanding about the core subject of the contract. There was no proper meeting of the minds. This situation is also similar to the case of Chui Kin Kiong and Digital and More Corporation Pte Ltd, where the buyer and seller misunderstood the product's price. The court held that the contract was voidable due to the lack of consensus. Like in the case, Zarina's contract may also be voidable due to misunderstanding and lack of genuine consent.
Next, misrepresentation. So, under Section 18 of the Contract Act 1915, misrepresentation means false information that makes someone enter into a contract. So, if this happens under Section 18, the contract can be cancelled. So, in Zarina's case, Smartstock make a false claim online, like cut waste by 90% using AI and used by top brands which were not true. This statement mislead her into paying for almost RM 4,500 ringgit for a service that she didn't deliver what she promised. She was pressured by the from marketing and didn't have a fair chance to review the contract. So her agreement wasn't truly voluntary. In similar case, Rina binti Hisham with Globe Beauty, Sendiri Berhad 2024. The fact of this case that the case is like most similar with the Zarina case, so she has a chance to win this case. Both cases show how false promise lead to contract that hurt the buyer. Zarina has a good reason to cancel the contract and ask for a refund and a compensation.
The last issue that happened in Zarina's case is an exclusion clause. Exclusion clause is a term in a contract that limits a party responsibility. It must clear and easy to see in a contract. Both parties must agree to change or remove the clause with the both party knowledge. Applying to Zarina's situation, Zarina signed a contract with a Smartstock Sendiri Berhad, and a contract include a clause said that the company not be liable for any claims. At the first, the clause was hidden, but after the Zarina makes a payment, Zarina can see the clause in the contract. So in the end, the company should not make the hidden clause to escape blame.
For my part, I explained about remedies in contract law. Under Section 19 of the Contracts Act 1950, if someone agrees to a contract because they were given false information, they have the right to cancel the contract. And under Section 73, says that if someone suffers a loss because the contract was not followed, they can ask for compensation. In the case of Hadley Barnes against Heller, the court said that giving wrong or careless advice can cause financial loss, and the person who gives the advice can be held responsible. So, in Zarina's case, she can cancel the contract and get a refund under Section 19 because she was misled about the product. She can also claim compensation under Section 73 for any money she lost. If the company refuses to help, she can take legal action or report the problem to the authorities.
Moving on to the diagram, let's look at the misrepresentation under Section 18 and 19 of the Contracts Act 1850. Section 18 covers false statement And as for Section 19 allows the affected party to cancel or keep the contract. In Rina binti Hisham and Glow Beauty Zarina Berhad, the company gave misleading ads and false claims the product didn't match the ad. Conclusion, the buyer was misled by false marketing and had grounds to cancel the contracts. Free consent is covered under Section 10 and Section 13. Consent must be voluntary and with equal understanding. In the case of Intu King Kyong and Digiland Mall, there was no agreement on the same terms due to a pricing error. Conclusion, there was no free consent making the contract. Next, moving on to the exclusion clause in contracts. Although there's no specific law under the Contracts Act, courts apply principles from case law. One key case is Anthony Lawrence, Book and another, and CIMB Bank Berhad, 2016. It shows that an exclusion clause must be clearly stated and unambiguous. The court only accepts if the wording is clear and has one meaning. Conclusion, in the case of Zarina and Smartstock Sdn Bhd, the clause was not visible, not until after payment, so it may mean no. Moving on to the remedies, under the Contract Act 1950, Section 19 allows voidability of agreements made through misrepresentations, while Section 73 provides for compensation when a breach causes loss. In Heidelbein and Co. Ltd. and Heidel and Partners Ltd., the court held that damage can be claimed where loss was caused by reliance on negligence misstatements. Conclusion, a party can cancel the contract and claim a refund if they suffer loss due to reliance.
To be concluded, there was no real or free consent from Zarina, as she was misled about the product's nature. Both parties did not agree to the same terms. Therefore, the contract may be considered voidable due to the absence of genuine consent. This lack of consensus can affect the validity and enforceability of the agreement.